Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Mors Kochanski survival scarf. These are items you make yourself. They're mentioned in his survival guide that he made, the little small booklet. It's about items you may want in a survival kit. It's rarely talked about. I think it's a handy idea, so we'll go through with what it is. I have made two. This is my first generation. All you take is some nylon, you sew it into a bag, is essentially the idea with this. One of the long edges has enough space for you to slip into it. Original measurements I used were my height plus a hand, which is about 5 inches, and my width of my shoulders plus a hand, to how wide I want the basically tube. It turned out to be a little too small, so I'll show you this one, explain mistakes, and then I'll show you my newest one, which I'm happy with so far. So you just use nylon, fold it in half, long ways, and in the middle there's an opening so you can get inside the bag if you wanted to. Right off the bat, some things I added some netting so I can be inside it and still look out. This can be claustrophobic, so if you have that issue, be careful when you use this. It gets a little wild in there. And I added a flap. I wanted the idea to close it up. I was in bad weather or something, or I was losing too much heat, where I can seal it up a little bit. That's essentially the bag. That's it. I'm surprised no one makes these, but I prefer to make myself, so it's fine with me. It's a little windy out, so you get the idea. That's all it is. So I tried it out. I was a little cramped with those measurements. You lose some inches because you have to fold it over, because you make this thing inside out. Just basic sewing is all it's needed. A basic machine. I've never learned how to officially sew, and I was able to do it, so I like how simple it is. So that's essentially it. Some uses of this would be, before I go on to the next bag, or you can use it as just empty. You can use it as a scarf if you needed to. Kind of bulk it up and just kind of bunch it into your shirt. And that insulation from just the air and the nylon's enough to keep you warm in moderate cold temperatures. You lose a lot of heat through your neck just because your arteries are fairly close. Same with your head. You can use this if you fill it up with some leaves or some grass or something that's dry. You can even make kind of almost like a half coat with it, like this, or you can put it up over your head and down the back, and then tuck it into like your shirt or jacket, something you had. That's an option there. You could use the bag, get inside the bag, either empty, or you put leaves inside the bag and you have kind of a little makeshift bed, or put leaves in the bag, lay it down, and it'd be your mattress, or you could use it as a blanket if you had more than one of these bags. So say you're in the summer and the bugs are getting to you. The idea is you could also get inside this bag, just your upper body, and then tie off around your neck within reason, and then tuck your collar of your shirt or jacket around it, and now you have like a bug net. So sometimes mosquitoes and gnats will drive you nuts if you've never dealt with them before. Also, this flap is not quite big enough because it is just a cutout of the main bag. So folding it over and doing the hem so that it doesn't fray created it to be slightly smaller, but that bunching up doesn't make a difference. You can also use this bag as just a bag. I can put stuff in the bottom, the non-net side, just to protect the netting, and use it to carry stuff. You carry, if you were trapping small animals, you can carry anything you collect, or just leaves if you're in grass if you were going to make a fire or a shelter, insulation. So there's many more uses, and I was thinking of other uses I could do with this. So this is the first generation. I'm going to show you guys generation 2, which I've added some improvements. Alright, same bag, or same material. It's ripstop nylon. This happens to be gray. I bought all this material at Joann's Fabrics. You probably did it at Michael's. Just wait for the coupons in there. It was maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks in parts and then a couple hours of work. Which the work really, for me, wasn't work. It was more fun than anything. So additional things I added to the original bag. I made it longer. I'm 5'9". I got a 7-foot piece of fabric. The width, it was just whatever width came off the bolt, so it's just cut in half of there. The width's the same. But I made it 7 feet, so I can still lose a few inches and not be too cramped in there, because the first bag, I had it sleep almost diagonal, so that was no good. I also put tie-outs on the end. Why did I do this? This also adds, I can stake this down so it doesn't roll away on me. Or I can fly this thing, so hang it up where it's off the ground, all 4 corners. And now I have a sunshade. Or any kind of windbreak or additional shelter helps out with that. I also increased the width of the hole. Yeah, you might lose some insulation, but I just did 18 inches from each corner. And that in the middle is the hole. The other one was hard to get into. You had to really, it's almost like you had to stretch before you did it. So that's an additional thing I did. And I did a bigger hole for the netting. This is mosquito netting. And it has no flap. The flap had extra work and I didn't really see it being necessary. I could have easily just blocked that hole, either facing it down or putting a cloth over it or something, like a tarp or something. So that's the additional there. So it's overall just bigger. And it has all the same uses other than I have the tie-outs now. So I can use this as a windbreak or sunbreak. So let me show you what it looks like to get into it. And show you guys kind of what it's like. Because this is nylon, it is delicate. So you gotta be careful where you put it. We're not talking about canvas or something here. And you may not want to wear boots when you're inside this thing. So, there are some limitations. Also, when you make the base of your pocket, really reinforce that corner seam there. It's easy to tear that out. Now my dog's going to get in the way because every time I lay something down, I have to stand on it. So you just get inside the pocket here. So I'm going to go in. I just do head first. Feet in. Usually you don't have shoes on, but just sandals, so they will work over, say, boots. Now, essentially in the bag, and just close that pocket up. Get the camera. So now I have plenty of space to see with the mosquito netting. Mosquito netting is fairly tough. I could not get this netting in black. Black would make it easier to see out of. My option was only white, so this is what I have. It's not too bad. And plenty of room here. I have plenty of room. Not too much room because then you lose your insulation value. It's just big enough to where I can move around without feeling like I'm stuck. So this is essentially the bivvy portion of this bag. And that size of that pocket is perfect. It's not too small or too big. You still have to work to get into it, but you're not feeling like you're gonna bust the seams off every time you get in or out of the thing. So hope you guys like this video. It's another item to make out there. If you like making your own projects, it's something that you can easily make with basic sewing skills, and then you have your bag. So thanks for watching. Any questions, just put them in the comments, or anything you'd like to say, just let me know. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.